How to fail forward. Let me tell you a quick story. Growing up, I was afraid of failure and making mistakes up until I actually failed grade 9 in high school. And I remember as I held my reports in my hands and it read not ready to progress to the next grade, I was shattered. I felt as though I had disappointed firstly myself and my family. And I remember when I was actually in a taxi going back home, I was so scared of how my family would actually react. And I remember when I actually got home, I locked myself in my room and I started crying because of how I was feeling at the time. And later on in the day, my uncle came back and I actually gave him my report and he looked at it and I could see the disappointment on his face. But he tried to actually inspire me and motivate me by making me realize the importance of education. And the following year, I went back and I actually repeated the grade. And I was in the top 10 in my class, in the top 50 in the grade, and at the end of the year, I received numerous academic awards. And this is one of the most important moments in my life because it taught me that failure is a lesson that teaches you how to do it better next time. Because I went from failing the grade and the following year to actually being in the top 10 in my class and receiving numerous academic awards. And what I want you to know is that failure is the secret ingredient that gives success its flavor. Your past failures and mistakes don't matter. The most important thing is what you can do in the present moment. So don't allow what you couldn't achieve in the past to interfere what you can do right now in this moment. I want you to know that failing doesn't make you a failure. Let me tell you something. When I was learning to walk with my prosthesis leg after my accident of losing my leg and becoming an amputee, my doctor said something to me that was so profound. He said, Mfundo, you are going to fall from time to time. But every time you fall, I want you to get back up and keep walking. You know what happened next? When I started to learn how to walk with my prosthesis leg, I started falling. I remember this one time I fell on campus in front of hundreds of students. But I remember what he had said to me, and I got back up and I kept walking. And sometimes I would actually fall in public places. But the lesson I learned here is that the more I walked with my prosthesis leg, the less I fell. So what that means is that even when you are pursuing your goals and dreams in life, at first you are going to fall a lot. You are going to make mistakes. But the more you work on what you want to do, the better you will become at it. Because failing and making mistakes is the bridge to mastery. It is the bridge to your greatness. So you have to embrace your failures and not allow them to define you. What you want to do is use them as stepping stones to greatness, as a lesson that will move you from where you are to where you want to be. So Greatness Nation, I want you to know that as you pursue your goals and dreams in life, you are going to fall, you are going to make mistakes, but forget about people's opinions, forget about how it looks. Just laser focus and keep your eyes focused on the end prize. And before you know it, you would have achieved what you set out to accomplish. And you will look back at all your failures and mistakes. And what you will realize is that you had to make those mistakes. And remember, failing doesn't make you a failure.